everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is a weight loss update for you all. So I think it's week 70 something. I'm not really sure actually what week it is. Might be 76, maybe it's 77, I can't actually remember. But anyway, so I went to group on Tuesday and yeah, it wasn't that good. Group was okay, it's just what happened. And I'll show you just in my book. I actually gained half a pound. Yeah, I was really upset. I'd been on holiday only for the weekend and I stayed on plan for the majority of it. I did go out to dinner and I counted everything that I had. So like every lunch, dinner, breakfast, if I had things I counted them. And I only went over, I think 22 scenes, which in all honesty isn't all that bad. So I kind of had expected to lose. Now I'll tell you why I was disappointed to begin with. I'd actually got on the scales that morning, on Tuesday morning, on my scales. And for the first time ever, I was actually in the 13 stone bracket on my scales, and I thought, oh my god, this is amazing. I was like so happy. So as you can imagine, well, that's a gain, that's a lose, not a gain. So I don't know what happened there. So when I went on their scales, so obviously that was the morning I weighed myself, and then obviously I go to group and it's about 5:30, 6 o'clock when I get weighed. And obviously when I got on the scales, it showed that I was 14.2. So it's basically saying that since that morning, I had gained 2.5 pounds. Obviously, I don't know what's going on. I went home after I'd been weighed, and it was several hours, and I had eaten a couple of bits of food, like popcorn and a high-five bar, because I was really, really hungry. And it was showing me on my scales at 14.2.5. So the scales are right. Both scales seem to be right. And then I went to the toilet and then I'd lost a pound. So I can't help but think that maybe I'd had too much liquid that day. I do drink a lot. I have a big mug at work. And I'm thinking that maybe I should have gone to the toilet before I got weighed, and it might not have been a half a pound gain, it might have been half a pound loss. So yeah, I wasn't too happy by that. The consultant says, oh, I can't understand why you're not losing, you know, in the group. And I don't know, same question I've got, why am I not losing? I have no idea. So all she could really suggest was maybe doing SP, which I wasn't hugely keen on, because when I was on holiday, my breakfast I found really hard. We were staying in a hotel and I found it very difficult to find stuff that was sin free. I mean, yeah, I can have fruit, which I did have a bowl of fruit on the second day, but obviously everything that I sort of was going to, I was asking the lady who was serving out, you know, how it was cooked, and she didn't know. So the only thing I definitely knew, because it said on the menu, was that the bacon was grilled, tomatoes were grilled, and baked beans, well, I think most baked beans are free. So that's what I ended up having, which meant I was really, really hungry. I took an apple and a banana from there and had those sort of mid-morning, but to be honest, like an hour after eating that, I was hungry. So I was kind of put off a little bit by doing SP at the moment, but maybe I may do a day next week. I'm not entirely sure at the moment, but I think you have to be quite well prepared and kind of plan every meal for that. It's not something I could just stick it together and say, oh yeah, I'm going to do SP, because you can end up eating stuff that you're not supposed to be eating, like the Miller yogurts, you know, fruit yogurts, bananas, that sort of thing. You know, you can end up eating them and not realising. But I'm going to have a little think about that. It kind of depends on what's going to happen on Tuesday. I mean, I've weighed myself again and it's saying that I'm still in the 13 stone bracket, so it's definitely, I haven't put on, not as far as I can see anyway. So maybe their scales is wrong, but I can't imagine it would be, because everyone had really good losses. It was just me and my friend. My friend stayed the same. I gained ½ pound, and everyone else just lost like £5, £3, £1, you know. So I can't imagine that that their scales are on it. Not a good time of day to get weighed, I guess. Yeah, so that was that. Oh yeah, I did stay on plan for the majority of my meals. In actual fact, I think my partner got a bit annoyed that we kept going to Sainsbury's. We went to Sainsbury's once, and I bought an egg and potato salad, and I bought some salad cream, the really light salad cream, and I bought some ham to go with it. So that was quite a good on meal, you know, on plan meal. I felt I was doing quite well. I didn't deserve the gain anyway. And then the place we were going to eat at, we didn't actually like the look of, but that would have ended up being sin free. It would have been steak, jacket potato and salad, but we didn't like it, so we ended up going to some burger place, which in actual fact wasn't all that bad, because they offered you you could have grilled chicken burger, which is what I had with some chips. I just thought, well, why not? I'm on holiday, I should have something that's off plan. But I ended up counting the whole lot anyway. And I also had some speed foods as well, which they said they only put lemon juice, so I was quite happy with that. And I did share a dessert as well. So that was kind of that, and a McDonald's meal that I had at services the following day. That was the only two things that I can say wasn't great, but it wasn't all that bad either. I had at services I had a McDonald's, I had a chicken burger. I think it's a Chicken Legend we call Mayo. Now I've had that a couple of times before while being on Slimming World as my treat meal, so I knew that it wasn't going to put me too off the track. But then saying that it's a different time, I would have that Tuesday after weighing, whereas this was Sunday. But like I said, I don't think that I've actually gained. I actually think I'm in denial probably. I think it's their scales and that I drank too much before my weigh, and I think that's probably a lot to do with it. So in that case, on Tuesday I should have a great loss, so we will see. So that's kind of it really on the meal front. The chicken burger was so good. It was grilled and it did have cheese, but I asked them to actually remove the bacon because it was streaky bacon, and I thought I can't even count that as free, so I just won't have it. I counted oil as well, just in case they put oil onto the burger, onto the chicken, because it did have like a Cajun spice on top, so I wondered if they might have used a little bit of oil to keep it in place, so I did that as well. So I felt like I kind of accounted, even if it didn't have that amount of things in it, I kind of overcompensated for it just in case. And not only to mention that, I've completely forgot to say that I did quite a lot of walking as well. I ended up walking like I think it's nearly 6 miles. One of the gardens we went to see was a 10-acre garden. Now obviously we weren't going at it at speed, but I was quite hot. I was quite pink by the end of it. So yeah, I felt like my walking really should have, you know, it should have been enough. I really do. I don't feel that 22 seems over is really the biggest deal in the world, but especially when I was doing the walking, so I'm a bit shocked really, but we will see. Like I said, it might just be me and drinking too much beforehand. So one other thing, so obviously I was all saying to you about my Body Magic and that I hadn't had a certificate yet. So what I decided to do was on the Tuesday before group, about an hour before, I actually texted my consultant to say that I'd been doing it and that I hadn't received an award for it, and then I got my first award. So as you can see, I'm quite happy with that, even though I felt like it was a bit dampened by the fact that I'd put on ½ pound. But yeah, I've got my first award, so I'm very, very happy with that. I'll show it to you. So, and I also got a little sticker as well, which I've put on my book. See here, put on my book there, which I've kind of put it on a bit wonky, but never mind. So yeah, so I'm pleased with that. Whether I'm not going to do silver straight away, but I'm going to think about doing it in a week or so. My knee is playing up a little bit at the moment. I want to see what my physio says, so I'm going to just have a break, because I know you can break in between bronze and silver, but you can't between silver and gold, if I'm correct. I think I read that somewhere in the book. So yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. One lonely sticker on my book. Hopefully soon I will get the half stone lost sticker, but I'm not holding out too much breath for it, the way how things are going. We will see, but the good thing is that on my scales I'm in the 13 stone bracket, so I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, so what am I doing this week? Cutting down on my carbs is what I'm doing. I haven't decided exactly how much, but probably only like not have that much carbs, or very little, or none at all for my dinners maybe. We'll see how it goes. I might go back to 15 sins a day. I think that's what's going to happen, back to 15 sins a day, and see where it leads me for next week's weighing. Yeah, that's all I can really do. I'm trying my best, but the weight isn't really showing on their scales. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's something to do with the amount that I drink. I mean, my cup is like 480 millilitres, and I had that an hour before I went to group. That might not have been the best idea, thinking about it. Well, so we will see. Maybe start drinking 2 hours before before my weigh-in, I don't know, and just have little glasses of water. So we will see. So thank you again for your lovely comments. Keep those coming, I really like them. If you've got any suggestions as to what else I can do to lose this weight, please comment below. And I shall see you all, I think, next week in my video. I'm off on the Wednesday, so I'll try and do the video actually on the Wednesday and upload it that day for you all. So I hope you're all having all the weight losses that you want, and I shall see you all next week. Bye.